الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي خلق الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته وابتدى بالصخور ميدان أرضه ثم الصلاة والسلام على النير الأعظم ونتيجة العالم أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم سيما الحجة بقية الله في الأراضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه فداء أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه والله الذي أرسل الرياح فتثير سحابا فسقناه إلى بلد ميت فأحيينا به الأرض بعد موتها وكذلك النشور صدق الله العلي العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to make lessons for all of us from whatever is happening in the universe, from whatever is happening within ourselves and in the horizon. So in this very beautiful verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is connecting this very beautiful season, spring, to hereafter, to make another good lesson for us, to remind us, to give us this important lesson that we can make lesson from every season. This connection is in this verse telling us فَأَحْيَيْنَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا, and we gave life to the earth after being dead in winter. And immediately after that says وَكَذَلِكَ النُّشُورِ, and like this will be your resurrection. And it's very interesting, you see, فَأَحْيَيْنَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا, we gave life to these trees which were like a dead body in the winter, and immediately after that says وَكَذَلِكَ النُّشُورِ, and you are like these trees that you will die sometime and you will be resurrected again in hereafter. So why is this warning is very important in Quran? Because you know, whenever you open Quran, I think in every page there is kind of warning for all of us. When you go to a hadith, from our Prophet, when you go to a hadith from our A'imma, you see a lot of these warnings happening. So as you know, there are two kind of ways for preaching. it's not only Islam, even in Christianity and other religion, you find these two kind of way. The first one is to give good news, to speak about the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to speak about the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to give good news and speak about paradise, which is bashara, which is being bashir in Arabic. That's one of the responsibility of prophets. And the other one is nadhir, when you are warning yourself or other person. When you are warning yourself, or the prophet is scaring us, is giving us some news about punishment, about hell, and this kind of stuff. When Prophet, Quran, and Hadith is speaking about Nadir, and they are Nadir. Okay, so Inna arsalnaka shahidan wa mubashiran wa nadhira. This verse is telling us these two kind of way of preaching. But in the Quran, as Ayatollah Jawadi argues, and there are many verses which gives more emphasis on warning than bashara. So let me go through these verses very quickly and then come to answering how we can practice this warning to ourselves. So in the verse in Surah Qasas, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, in Surah Furqan says, تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي نَزَّلَ الْفُرْقَانَ عَلَى عَبْدِهِ لِيَكُونَ لِلْعَالَمِينَ نَظِيرًا. Blessed to him who revealed Quran ala abdihi, to his servant. Why? لِيَكُونَ لِلْعَالَمِينَ نَظِيرًا. So the reason for revealing Quran, the reason for sending down Quran, what was the reason behind it? The reason was warning. لِيَكُونَ لِلْعَالَمِينَ نَذِيرًا. So here there is no speaking about bashara, giving good news and grace, and speaking about rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then it comes and says, إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ نَذِيرٌ. You are only a warner. So here we don't have again the bashara. So in another verse we have وَأُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ لِأُنذِرَكُمْ بِهِ. And this Quran has been revealed to me لِأُنذِرَكُمْ بِهِ. Why? To warn all of you. And in another one we have يَا مَعْشَرَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ أَلَمْ يَعْتِكُمْ رُسُلٌ مِّنْكُمْ يَقُصُّونَ عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتِي وَيُنذِرُونَكُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا. So it says that the purpose, the core idea and reason for sending down prophets was warning people. And I think it's clear, because you know, when you are enjoying your life, when you are enjoying your current cash life, you don't think about something which is not cash. Hereafter, paradise, these are things which are not cash. So you are enjoying your cash life, okay, and for detaching yourself from it, to be detached from it, you need a warner. That's why that's very important. But the question is how we can practice this very important factor. What is good ritual for us to practice it? The answer to this question is in a letter that Imam Ali alayhi salam writes it to the son of Abu Bakr, Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. In this letter, Imam Ali alayhi salam is telling us how we can practice it. It says, وَكَفَى بِالْمَوْتِ وَعِظًا. If you want to practice warning and internalize this within yourself, just remind that a day all of us, you, me, and all of us will die. It says, if you practice this, you don't need anything else. You don't need to come and listen to the khutbah. You don't need any other advice. كَفَى بِالْمَوْتِ وَاعِظًا. That's enough for you. And that's the reason that remembering this has been emphasized in our daily rituals. For example, when you are performing wudu, let's just review the adiyah of wudu, the prayers that you recite while you are doing wudu. But while you're washing your face, you're saying, Allahumma bayyid wajhi yawma taswaddu fihi al-wujuh. Oh Allah, please make my face white in the time and in the day that all other faces are dark. So here is a reminder of the Yawm al-Qiyamah, the resurrection. Then you will come to your right hand, Allahumma atini kitabi bi yamini. Oh Allah, please give my book of a'mal to my right hand. Then you will come to your left hand. Again, it's a reminder of Ma'ad. It's a reminder of the day of resurrection. Allahumma la tu'tini kitabi bi shimali. This is the dua that you recited. It's not wajib, it's not obligation, but it's recommended to recite it. Allahumma la tu'tini kitabi bi shimali. Oh my God, don't give my book of a'mal to my left hand. Then you will go for masah. You say, Allahumma thabbitni ala sirati yawma taghilu fihi al-aqdam. Oh Allah, make my feet stable when I'm passing the sirat. You see, it's only in wudu that a lot of reminder of the day of resurrection. Then you will come to your salat, you're reciting every day. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Then you will come, Maliki Yawmiddin. You are the master of the day of resurrection. And you're repeating it every day. Then you will come when in the time of bed you want to sleep. There are a lot of du'as, a lot of prayers, which reminds you that sleeping is the brother of death. So you see a lot of emphasis in our daily rituals to remember this. Imam Salih alayhi salam has a dua when you want to go to bed. It says, وَإِذَا أَوَيْتَ إِلَى فِرَاشِكَ. And when you are heading to your bed, فَانْظُرْ مَا صَلَكْتَ فِي بَطْنِكَ. Look to three different things. First, مَا صَلَكْتَ فِي بَطْنِكَ. What you have eaten today. Was it halal or haram? Where does it come from? How was it? Then you will come مَا كَسَبْتَ فِي يَوْمِكَ. The deals that you did today. And at the end, وَإِنَّ لَكَ مَعَادًا. And there is a resurrection for you. And again here is the reminder for all of us. So, in this khutbah, we spoke about that it's very, very important to practice this. Inshallah, in the second one, we'll speak about the consequences of reminding ourselves. What happens if we practice this? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. صلوات.
ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي خلق الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته ووتد بالصخور ما يدان أرضه ثم الصلاة والسلام على النير الأعظم ونتيجة العالم أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وآله أجمعين علي بن أبي طالب وحسن بن علي وفاطمة الزهراء وحسين بن علي والأئمة المعصومين من ولد الحسين سيما الحجة بقية الله الأعظم روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه فداء. When you were speaking about in the second khutbah, I want to perform the advice through this, again continuing the same verse that we performed the advice to taqwa in the first khutbah, which was أحيينا به الأرض بعد موتها وكذلك النشور. So, what is the consequence of remembering this? Sure, all of us will be muttaqi, but for this to be more clear, we need to know that we have two different kind of iman, two different kind of faith. So, one of them is the stable al-imanul mustaqar, the iman, the faith which is stable and prominent, which is eternal and lasting. With the iman and the faith that you will take it with you to hereafter. So it's with you, it's part of you whenever you are and wherever you go. This is al-imanul mustaqar. The second type is al-imanul mustawda'. Mustawda' comes from wadi'ah. When you give amana to someone. So it's not part of you, it's not for you. It's not prominent, it's temporary, it's short. You don't take it everywhere. It's with you sometimes, but you don't have it. You don't take it with you in hereafter. So the first one is the stable one, the second one is temporary. Mustaqar and mustawda'. In Quran, Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam is advising his children to فَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Do not die except while you are Muslim. So it's clear when in Quran it says فَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ, do not die, it's meaningless. What does it mean? Do not die, you will die. So the emphasis is in the second part, إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ, except while you are Muslim. This verse is mentioning the first kind of iman, which is a stable one. The iman which you have it, which you will take it with you to the hereafter. Because the second iman, the second kind of iman is not with you, is with you until the day that you will die. So it's with you till that time, and then you don't have it. You know why? Because, let me to give you an example. For sure, maybe you have been in contact with a person who has been in a very, very bad accident. Sometimes what happens is that this person loses the memory. He or she doesn't remember anything after accident, even his name, even her name. He doesn't or she doesn't remember anything. Why is that? So he or she had a knowledge, and after this accident, it just wiped out. There is nothing. So sometimes our iman is like a knowledge that we haven't. If a big accident is able to just wipe out and everything and erase everything, for sure the pressure of death is more significant of an accident. If an accident is able to wipe out and erase this kind of knowledge, the pressure of death is very, very more significant than only an accident. So This verse is speaking with us. فَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ means that the pressure of this is very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So you will forget if your iman was only a knowledge. You know, that's why the questions that we have it in our qabr, in our grave, are very simple. What are those questions? Who is your God? This is very simple question, you know. Who is your prophet? This is very simple question. What is your book? My book is Quran. Allah is my Lord, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, is my prophet. These are very, very easy questions and easy answers. So why they are asking these easy questions? Because these are enough if you can take it there. The problem is not that the questions are hard. The problem is that we are not able to take our iman with us to hereafter. Because when this accident, when this pressure of this happens, you will lose everything. Unless it's part of you. Unless it's part of your identity. If Islam, if Quran, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is part of my identity within my blood and flesh, then I'm taking it to the hereafter. But if not, if it's only a knowledge in my mind, I will lose it by an accident. So that's why we have in a hadith that there are some people who are in hell that after being punished several years, then they will recall that who was their Lord, what was their book, who was their prophet. So this verse again, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam is emphasizing in Surah Yusuf. It says, وَتَوَفَّنِي مُسْلِمًا. Oh Allah, please give and tawaffani Musliman. Let me to die while I'm Muslim. So that's why remembering death has been emphasized a lot in our ahadith, and inshallah may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to get benefit of this very beautiful season, and more important, get the lesson that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to take from this very beautiful season. ببركة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة والكعبة المنصوبة آت سيدنا محمد الوسيلة والفضيلة والشفاعة والدرجة الرفيعة العالية في الجنة. اللهم شفع محمدا في أمته واحشرنا في نورته واجعلنا ووالدينا والمؤمنين والمؤمنات من شفعه فيه. وصل اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. واهد بنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله ربي وأسأله التوبة. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله ربي وأسأله التوبة. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين